Hey everyone, David C. Anderson from the Knife Center coming at you from the Fox Knives booth here in the Little Italy section of SHOT Show 2025. And you know it's the Little Italy section because the hair over here is so much better than what I've got going on.
Come on, David.
We're here with Gabriel. How are you,
to
sir?
See you.
You too.
Nice
you
to
too.
see you, David.
So we've got some Fox products here and some new Black Fox. Cool info here at the front. Some cool multi-tools coming up in a little bit. So. Tell me a little bit about the Terzuola knife here on the end.
So with Bob T, we have a long friendship. Bob T was a good friend of my father. So they met. I think I don't know how many years ago. And Bob is Italian as a family. So I think 2 years ago he came in Italy, for his trip. And he just said, he showed up at the factory, said, okay, I want to, next year will be the anniversary of the OG. And I want that you're going to make for me the OG because I want to make the knife in Italy. So we made for him the double back micarta and the titanium variation that is still available in his website as exclusive. But I started to say, okay, come on, Bob. Everyone is asking to our dealers to buy something from Bob T, the OG, and he said, no, I don't want it. I want to keep it. I don't want to keep the knife only by me. I said, okay, the world is not working like that. So
we want what we want, and we want it now.
Yeah. So at the end, he said, okay, I'm fine with that. So we were going to make an exclusive, let's say, OG. For our customer, available through Fox Knives Americas, of course. That is the same one actually, but with the green canvas micarta handle.
Well, it looks good and instantly recognizable as a Bob T for sure.
Of course.
What's the blade material?
Magna Cut.
Magna Cut, very good. Very good. Yeah, man, it's a classic. I mean, what's more to say?
Yeah, it's a Bob T.
Yeah.
The funny story that when Bob T and my father met, and my father asking to Bob, can you design to me a knife? And this Bob telling to me every time that we met, He said, so he designed a knife, come on, not a CAD design, just in a piece of paper most probably, And the last time that he came to visit to me, not for the OG, for another project that we've been doing many years ago together.
It's the same thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, in a napkin.
Yes.
In the aircraft.
That's classic Bob T as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great.
And the funny thing is that when Bob T gave to my father his design, my father looked at him and say, "It's too much Bob Terzuola, this design,
Like, what do you want?
Yeah, this is the answer. That the funny story that Bob every time telling to me. So this is a Bob T, of course.
Yeah, it speaks Bob T through and through. Like if you're at all even the slightest bit familiar with his work, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
When should we expect to see these?
I think that it will be expected for April.
Okay, very good.
Release for April.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right, what do we have next?
We have a collaboration with Vander Tactical, a custom knife maker in Italy, quite well known, and they have a middle production. They doing also some mid customs, but they are much more focused on their customs. So they approaching to me saying, we would like to know if you are interested to make something as a collaboration, because we want to be focused more on our customs. So we started with the two projects. That is the Euro fixed blade that we don't have here, unfortunately, because some boxes are still to arrive for the show, and today is the last day of the show. So
shipping delays hit us all.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the folder of the Euro,
The best.
So the isn't a hard daily use knife, Neolox blade still with this finishing that is basically an acid finishing, and then the camouflage or this painting that are coming out on the blade are handmade, means that each blade is different. So our guys at the manufacturer that just throw in a nail paint on the blades before acid. So
that's what gives you that kind of splatter.
Exactly,
look
and then they acid and then they clean it. So the nail paint come off, and you have this kind of finishing that, of course, each blade is different. So you cannot expect to have the same blade the same. So this is also something unique of this knife,
Gives each one its own kind of fingerprint, which is cool.
Is a fingerprint too,
Yeah, that is a massive handle there. That really fills the hand.
And of course,
nicely.
we want to keep the feeling of the
fixed blade.
the Vander tactical products,
Yeah.
you know, that they do a custom, you know.
Yeah, I mean, look how some nice thickness on that, giving you a bit of swell and contour as well, not just a flat piece of material. Really feels nice. Really nice blade. Nalox blade steel, you said?
Nylox,
yeah.
yeah, Nylox.
Yeah, plenty of different hand grips you
Yes.
can get on it. Choke up or choke back. Yeah, it's thick, but it's not too thick either on,
Yeah,
on the
exactly.
blade. Like, it'll still slice pretty
Yeah.
well. I
Of
like
course,
it.
it's coming with their system. Each knife will have a, a bolt that you can
sure.
screw in the opposite side, in this side. We don't have here, unfortunately.
And that'll keep it held.
Yeah,
in
exactly. And
place.
you can use as a fixed blade.
Excellent,
Actually,
excellent. Now I see the hole here. Will that work?
it was just aesthetic.
Okay, I got
So
you.
it's,
I was wondering if it would keep it held closed.
No,
but
no,
yeah,
no.
okay.
It's just because it's in their design, so we
Sure.
keep it like, the original design.
Great.
This is the Predator, a classical an FKMD. So is an old knife that we have still in our catalog. We just added this Tanto blade version, but is a knife that also our military units using. So is a good price point, and 690. Top shield coating blade that is as the Cerakote, but is just made from an Italian knife company, they're doing this coating. But
Gotcha.
they are used also from different guns maker in Italy, this coating. Lock system, so Ron Lake and Michael Walker system.
Sure.
Yeah, that locking the liner. So nothing special, but a daily knife,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, something doesn't have to be special to be reliable.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Has a nylon FRN handle, so full injection molded. 2 colors, black on black and OD and black.
And you're using washers in the pivot here instead of ball
no
bearings.
no ball bearings
Helps
for
keep
this
it-
one.
Keeps it cleaner, feels a little
Exactly,
tighter.
yeah.
And the manually engaging locks. Pretty cool.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels solid. It feels like a little workhorse.
And then we have the karambits, of course, that I think you recognize.
When we think of Italian karambits, it's always like Fox.
yeah, so-
you guys own that so well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just we said, okay, why not to do something fancy, and something aesthetically maybe interesting,
Sure.
So we just made instead of the G10 and the machined aluminum and the regular aluminum handle that we use, and we just made a full plain aluminum handle with some engravings,
Sure.
And actually, with some not big quantity, we can even customize, the engraving for each customer. So if a customer is interested to have his logo or for a promotion, what else, a specific cool design, we can make it, And this is also going to be available very soon,
Yeah, very cool. So we got a Chinese dragon
and then a skull.
The
Yeah,
skull style
yeah,
right here.
yeah.
On each side,
Yeah,
of course,
on
too.
each side, yeah. So
Very nice.
we in our catalog we will have 4 or 5 different models that are the standard ones available, and then we, like I said, we can customize. Also changing, color of the handle.
Because it's just anodized
Yeah,
aluminum.
it's
so,
just another.
yeah, plenty
The
of color
basic
options
knife is
available.
the same as our karambit.
Yeah.
The 599.
Excellent.
Yeah.
A new a hunter core.
Yeah, a hunter core that is let's say is the core from Vox Design, So in Italy, especially, we had some requests to have folders, with the gut hook. It's not so common, in Italy. The people likes more to have fixed blade, maybe over here in the United States too. But they've been asking to have a good, not so expensive product, So we've been thinking that the core, with the always light, that
Sure.
you can easy, to handling.
It's a very comfortable knife.
Yeah, it's a comfortable knife. Has a Kydex grip, a Kydex sheet, of course. Why? Because so that the gut hook is protected, easy to carry with the tack lock on the back. So, is something that it's nothing fancy. Big cut blade still, the German
it's a
big cut.
working,
it's a working knife,
Yeah.
So it's.
Yeah, the series is always like, for me, as soon as I held one of these, it's like, yes, that just feels right in the hand. Of course, Jesper does very good work. And if you don't like the gut hook, there are
Plenty,
drop point blades available.
exactly.
You can check those out now at KnifeCenter, of course, if you wish, or
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for the gut hook version coming soon.
Yep.
Excellent.
Thank you. And then we have a classical barlow. It's just an integral titanium handles. We have 3 different kinds of inlays: the white micarta, a burlap micarta, and olive wood. So it's a classical barlow. With an
And that's
M390.
micarta? That's not G. Oh, that's linen.
Linen micarta.
Oh,
that is linen micarta.
That makes me very happy.
Yeah.
That
With
feels very nice.
An M390 blade, satin finishing, is come with a leather pouch. Is all contour, all the blades and the spring is contour, to be more comfortable and more gentleman, let's say.
Yeah. And it's got almost that, what's that kind of the dog leg style?
Yes. Yeah.
From classic slip joint lore, crown spine all the way around. Just very classy.
Yeah.
Very classy. Excellent.
And then we have some Black Fox. Of course, you know that we have Black Fox in our product range that is imported knives. We're trying to design the products and having this line of products that is a middle price range. Then we have also a more, let's say, introduction price that is introduction line that is the Fox Edge. Black Fox is that the middle price range.
Okay. Yep.
So we have some multi tools. That we have just introduced, of course, classical multi-tools that are always, interesting to have for the outdoor and so on. So we have 2 different kinds, different use, different
tools and
tools
all
on it,
I think the coolest thing to me about both of these are, the folks you're partnering with to build these is the scissors, which, so to open this up, they are one of these massive types of scissors right there. Not a little dinky little thing. Yeah. You got plenty of leverage on that. But then on this smaller one right here, you've got your implements, which we can get to in a minute, but the scissors are here on the side.
Yes.
Which you can use them right there,
exactly.
Or I really like this. Whoop, I did it, there we go. You can take them right off too.
Yes.
And then you've got this really very cool small set of scissors.
Yeah.
I almost want just one of those too.
Yeah, nice.
I like that.
And these are products that are available. So
Yes.
you can going to find very soon in your, of course, website.
Yes.
And are available to sell.
Yep, and you can see all the tools and stuff as well. Sorry, we didn't have them open here, but we'll make sure to get some close-up shots where you can kind of see all the implements that you're going to be getting your hands on with these. I'm excited about it. I'm almost definitely going to pick up one of those. All right.
We have another slip joint on Black Fox. No, sorry, this is a line lock, a small classic wire clip. Line lock. With the nail for.
Well, you can't have one hand opening.
Yeah, in Europe we have the problem of the laws and the carry knife.
Of course.
So in Germany, for example, you can have a liner lock, but the blade should be 2-hand opening.
Right.
So then in micarta, D2 steel, very cool, very nice.
Yeah, just a nice little size, about
just a
2 1/4, 2.5 inches or so.
Yeah.
I speak inches, not centimeters. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. So, do we have a name for this
The
knife?
Teeny.
The Teeny, okay.
Yeah.
Appropriate.
Yeah,
Seems
appropriate.
right. All right.
So we have the spear.
All right. Kind of a nice, chunky executive style knife here.
G10, D2.
No, this feels good. It's got, of course, that narrow blade is about 3 inches,
3 inches.
but enough grip there. Like, there's a little bit of thickness to that G10 handle that.
Yes. They feel comfortable.
It's not going to fall out of your hand.
Yeah.
I say that. I'm going to drop it here in just a second, probably. But and then kind of similar
on the spectrum.
Similar specs on the spectrum. You say.
Similar specs on the spectrum.
Yeah. Drop point about
D2
3.5.
blade.
Close to.
Close to 4. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels good. Ball bearings and the pivots on both of these.
Yeah.
Feels good. Yeah, exactly what you would expect and hope for that.
And then we have the Paradigma.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So again, a 2-hand opener again.
2-hand opener again.
Yeah.
2-hand opener again.
Washers in the on that one. Yeah.
Also
you don't need ball bearings on a one-hand opener,
and
do you?
in some countries now they're saying that also the ball bearings, even if it's a 2-hands opening, could be a problem and a limitation on carrying knives. So
that's ridiculous.
That's
unfortunate.
We have to cross in Europe, unfortunately, as an European manufacturer, we always been trying. You see, we don't have a flipper here.
Right.
But in US they like flipper.
Right.
But In Europe too, they like flippers.
Well, like people who aren't allowed to have flippers need
Yeah.
knives too. So
Exactly.
I'm glad people
So
are
we're
making
trying,
knives that
all the
work.
time to crossing the laws, to try to fit, in both
Sure.
markets,
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite part about this one is that blade shape. I like
Like a
just the
leaf,
shape overall is very
yeah.
pleasing, and the cutting geometry is pleasing as well. It's nice and thin, high flat grind.
Yeah.
I like that. And these should be hitting some pretty nice price points as well.
Yes,
as
of
mentioned.
course. Yeah.
Obviously, we didn't talk about pricing specifically, but
Yeah.
make sure to check out the link in the description. That'll take you over to our Fox
Yeah.
Knives page at the Knife Center, where you'll be able to see this stuff as soon as it's up there, and you'll see the full specs, full pricing, if there's anything you want to know.
And you know
Check
that
it
we
out.
have acquired Viper recently.
Of course, yeah. We didn't
So
mention
we
that.
will going to offer to all U.S. customer and to our the Viper collection. We will trying to keep going and with the Viper identity. So the gentleman knives, using their designers and keep going with Viper, because we think, after 40 years of the story of this company, and of course
It would be hate to see it just go away.
Exactly,
Yeah.
So I think that we decided to have a Viper in and keep Viper live. The owners are old, so they're going to be retired soon. So when they been asking to me if I've been interested to have Viper in our family, I was thinking that it's better to have, and this logo still alive instead to see next year or in a couple of years, a logo in a book only,
Right.
So I think that.
And I know you're keeping a lot of the people on board too.
all the
or
people,
teams.
all the people, so the families of this worker will be in our family. So all the team will be stay the same.
That's fantastic.
And we are happy about that because the community needs, and the people, and it's not easy nowadays to find knife
course.
people.
Especially in Maniago, like
Yeah.
there's so many of the knife people are all right there.
Exactly.
You want to keep them there.
Exactly.
And you want to help them out. So
Yeah.
that is, I love that you guys are looking out for one
Thank you.
another out there. It's
Thank
really
you.
cool. It's
Thank
very
you.
cool.
Great.
Gabriel, thank you so much.
Thank
man.
you, David.
Appreciate.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate
man,
it.
My
Thank you.
pleasure. Again, check out the link in the description. We'll leave the link to the Viper page as well down there. Of course, you can get orders in there as you wish. Make sure to check out the rest of our SHOT Show coverage. See you next time.